weiß, dass dieses Schriftliche, das macht was mit dem Gehirn. Aber zum Kompensieren erst das
So where's the next step?
Welcome back, everybody. It's always a real pleasure to introduce Jason. Jason is someone that was a real star of the 2024 UK Hypnosis Convention. Many people were laughing for days on end after his gala dinner performance. He's going to give us some performance now as well, I hear, on the grapevine, as well as seeing him again tomorrow night. We've asked him to come back for the gala dinner tomorrow night to entertain once again. So I'm going to hand you over to Jason Simmons now, everybody.
Thanks very much. How are we doing? Okay? Adam's really picked me up now, so I've got to deliver to it, haven't I? So good evening or good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing? Okay? It's towards the end of the day now, so I realise it's the last sort of talk of the day. So I thought let's make it a little bit more fun because I know everybody's going to be tired. I found myself struggling to keep awake. It's a lot listening to people talk, isn't it? So this part of the day is going to be an audience participation show, and what I mean by that is the more you participate this afternoon, the more fun you think you're going to be having. All right, so just to get everyone nice and warm, what I'd like you to do, this is just a very quick exercise to show you how hypnosis works, is take your right hand, place your right hand up in the air like this. Excellent. Some of you are looking a little bit confused. This is your right hand. All right, wave it to side like this. Go ho ho. Go ha ha. Go hee hee. All right, this is my age check now. Big circles like this. Wax on. And then what does Mr. Miyagi do when he gets horny? He whacks off. All right, right hand up like this. I can't do that on the holiday parks, I'll just tell you that. With your index finger and your thumb, make kind of like a circle, like an OK signal. Brilliant. I did this in my hometown of Dartford last week. Some people didn't know what a circle was, so we are already one step ahead of them. All right, next point is really important. Make sure the remaining 3 fingers on that hand are completely straight. Again, did this in Dartford last week. Some people didn't have 3 fingers left. All right, so what I'd like you to do, look at your circle. Now look back at me, take that circle, bring it towards your face and place it on your chin. Freeze, do not move. When you realise that this is your cheek and not your chin, you realise that you can be hypnotised. Just a nice little icebreaker. Let's do one more very quick one. This one needs both hands this time. So take both hands, place them out in front of you like this, fingers taped in the opposite way. Take the left hand, place it over the top of the right hand, and interlock the hands just like this. Again, some of you looking confused, this is your left hand. All right, so what we're going to do, on the count of 3, I want everybody to turn their hands so that their thumbs are on top. You ready? 1, 2, 3, and you should, if you're following along, be able to unlock your hands just like that. You're in a complete bubble now. All right, so we do one more very quick thing, and then we'll get on with this lecture, captivating clients. That's why we're here, isn't it? All right, so I thought before we get on with it properly, this is just to wake everybody up. We play a quick game. So before the show today, or before this lecture this afternoon, I asked Adam to take 5 envelopes, ladies and gentlemen. Inside one of these envelopes is a cash prize. Come on, we can do better than that. It's Friday night. Inside one of these is a cash prize. All right, but I'm hoping not only am I able to work out which envelope I think Adam would have put it in, but I'm also able to influence your decisions in such a way, I'm left with the cash prize. It's not simple now, is it? Okay. So inside the other 4 envelopes, I have in fact put a mystery prize. And by mystery, I mean cheap. All right, so you haven't got to come up to the stage, I will come out to you. But if you want to be in with a chance of winning a genuine cash prize, just put your hand up and I'll come out to you. Madam, you had your hand straight up there. Madam, your name is? Michelle. Okay, Michelle, I'll tell you that Adam has kindly put something on each of these envelopes, ladies and gentlemen, including the first envelope, Michelle, which has got something written on it. Doesn't mean there's something inside it, but there's definitely something written on the envelope that's got something inside it. But there is something inside it, Michelle, but it might not be the cash prize, it might be something else. Or Michelle, you might go for the next envelope. The next envelope, Adam has put nothing on it. Doesn't mean there's nothing inside it, Michelle, because there is something inside it, but there's something on that because there's nothing on that one. Are you following me still? Okay. All right, Michelle, you might go for the next envelope. The next envelope, Adam has put a very suggestive word, yours. Now, everybody wants what's rightfully theirs, and Michelle, in this case, I want you to have what's yours, or in this case, what's rightfully yours. I could just be saying that because I know there's nothing inside it, but there's definitely nothing on that one because there's yours on that one. Or Michelle, you might go for the next envelope. The next envelope, ladies and gentlemen, has got mine written on it. Now, the more astute of you in the audience will notice that mine is bigger than yours. It's a terrible gag, I don't get paid for the jokes. But you could be going for mine, but I don't want you to have mine, I want you to have yours, Michelle. Or Michelle, you could go for the final envelope, the envelope that nobody chooses, and that envelope has got money written on it, ladies and gentlemen. So Michelle, which envelope would you like? Tough decision, I've got 50 minutes to go, Michelle. Nothing. A lady with low expectations. You have seen my acts before, haven't you? Okay, take that one. Don't open it just yet, Michelle. Michelle, funny enough, nothing is how my first wife left me. With nothing. All right, let's take someone from this side of the room. We've got a gentleman at the front here. Sir, your name is?
Toby.
Correct. All right, Toby. We've got money, we've got something, we've got yours, or we've got mine. What would you like, Toby? Something, okay, man, with mischief. Okay, brilliant stuff. Let's take another lady, lovely lady there. You've got a lovely blonde hair, man. Your name is? Sophie. Sophie, we've got money, we've got yours, or we've got mine? Money. Okay, lady looks after some money. And then we'll take, what we've got, so let's take one more gentleman. Sir, that is a fantastic beard. Sir, your name is? Al. So Al, we've got yours or mine?
I'll have mine.
Mine, so nobody wants yours. All right, so take that then, Al. All right, so if you've got an envelope, hold it up in the air. We'll get on with this very quickly. Now, I'm not sure, because Adam said he was going to be in the room, and he's deliberately not been in it. So I'm going to have to try and make an assumption. Now, I don't think Adam would have put it in the envelope with the money. Let's have a drum roll for the lady with money there. So, as she opens up her envelope, hopefully nothing inside there. Oh, we've got, yeah, open it up, let's see what you've got. There could be a cash prize. Oh, the mystery prize. Let's see what you won. Mystery prize for you. We've got a fantastic prize for you. Tonight you are taking home with you a drink from the bar. It's just a water and it's very hard here, so it might be half a drink by the end of this. Okay, now let's go. So we've got, let's go something next. I don't think Adam would have put it in something. Let's have a drum roll for something, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what have we got? The anticipation is killing me, sir. Oh, a mystery prize. Let's see what you have won, sir. I've got just the prize for you. Are you a fan of technology? Yeah. That is a shame, because tonight you are going to be the proud owner of a brand new VHS, ladies and gentlemen. VHS. I say new. These are very difficult to come across. I actually found this in my dad's cupboard. So what's on there is anybody's guess. All right, what have we got left? We've got mine and we've got nothing. Now, Adam is in the room. Adam, don't give anything away, but do... Okay, that's very... No, he's avoiding your gaze, so I'm going to leave nothing. Let's go for mine. Let's have a drum roll for mine as Al opens up mine, ladies and gentlemen. What have we got? Hopefully this is going to be another mystery prize, or this is over very quickly. Oh, mystery prize. Let's see what you've won then. Are you a bit of a domestic god?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, this is the prize for you then. A brand new dishwasher, ladies and gentlemen. Brand new dishwasher. I can vouch for these. I've got one exactly like it at home, sir. Okay, so Michelle, you realise what's happened now. Your odds have gone down from 1 in 5 down to 1 in 2. But guess what? So have mine. So I'm going to give you a choice that none of the others have this evening. You can either trust and believe that you are now holding the envelope with the cash prize inside. The envelope has got nothing written on it. Or you can do what is statistically correct at this point in the game. And I could just be saying this because I want you to swap with me, and you can have the envelope that I wanted you to have all along, your envelope. So before she chooses, who thinks you should stick?
Yes.
Okay. Who thinks you should switch? Okay, what would you like to do?
It's probably wrong, but I'm going to stay with this one.
You what?
I'm
I'm going to level with you. No one ever sticks at this point, Michelle. Final answer? Please? Okay. Michelle, before you open it, I'm going to try one more tactic. I don't usually resort to this level of influence this early on in a performance, but Michelle, there is a cash prize at stake. Now, I've got 3 children at home, Michelle. If I get this wrong, one of them's not eating this weekend.
Yeah, but that's yours.
Okay, that's one. Okay, thanks for it. That is fair for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, count us down from 5 to 1. We are going to open our envelopes simultaneously. Here we go. You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's inside yours, Michelle? Oh, look, you should have trusted it, Michelle, because, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. The first prize. So give Michelle a big round of applause. But Michelle, everyone's wondering, what is the final mystery prize? Final mystery prize for you, Michelle. We've got a star prize for you. Michelle, you are taking home with you this evening a brand new Rolex, ladies and gentlemen, brand new Rolex. It is just a toilet roll with an X written on the end of it, Michelle, but depending on where you eat this weekend, could be quite useful. All right, so that, yeah, I just thought we needed something to wake us up towards the end of the day, because it's a very long day, isn't it? I love these conventions, but it does become very long. So this is Captivating Clients. That is a very stupid photo of me with a duck for no apparent reason, but that's what we're going to be covering during the next sort of 40 minutes or so. Just a bit about me. Some of you may know who I am. Many of you probably won't know who I am. You think, who is this nutcase on the stage? So my name is Jason Simmons. I am a mind reader, a mentalist, and I'm pressing the little button there. So I'm a hypnotist, corporate magician, mind reader, comedian, part-time belly dancer. So I will tell you that over the course of this next sort of half an hour or so, I will be demonstrating each and every one of those up there, except for one. So I'll let you find out which one I won't be demonstrating. I'm also a trainer. I train people in stage hypnosis, in mind reading, mentalism, and public speaking. And I'm also a hypnotherapist, so I see people on a one-to-one basis and people in group sessions as well. And these are just some of the people that I've worked for or work for quite on a regular basis across the United Kingdom. If we get time before the end, I will tell you about a very horrible story that happened to me in Pontins. So Pontins may not be up there next year, let's put it that way. Okay, so that's a bit about me. So over my career, I've been a stand-up comedian. So I did a musical act with a very stupid guitar for many years. And the photo on the end, I just left in there because I really missed that hairline, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so why performance matters? I think performance matters for 3 reasons. So one of them is balance, and I think that therapy really equals is performance plus effectiveness, and I think that's what the balance is in a therapy session. I think it's connection, it's being able to connect with your clients, and hopefully I've been able to demonstrate that with the exercises that we've done already today. You know, I wanted to try and sort of get that connection, hit you guys hard as we got into the room this afternoon, and that's what I wanted to demonstrate, just to try and captivate your attention, because I know, like I say, it's a long day. And finally, it's captivation, and that's what this is all about, really, being able to captivate your client's attention so that you can best deliver the outcomes for them from their therapy sessions, and deliver what they want to achieve and receive. So I think it sort of boils down to 4 sort of key performance principles, really. One of them is presence, and I think it's being present in the moment, with your clients, whether that be in the therapy room or if it be on stage if I'm working with someone, or working with a group of people. I think it's important that you sort of stay present in the moment. So if something happens that's off key, I think it's important that you react and respond to that during your sessions. Voice mastery. Voice mastery is all about performance, and I think it transfers really well over to the therapy room. When I first started performing, I used to perform in a very monotone voice. And it's very boring, and I wonder why no one laughed at what I did. So voice mastery, I think, is very important. And I also think it's important to put a pattern interrupt into your slideshow, ladies and gentlemen, because the next one is there. It's storytelling. And storytelling, I do this on stage all the time, create a story that wraps around an effect that I do. And this transfers into the therapy room, because that's what it's all about. It's about having the right metaphors for your client. And Adam illustrated that really well in his nested loops. Seminar earlier on today, that being able to sort of tailor those sessions around your client and being able to deliver it in a different way really builds connection with your clients. And authority and safety. I think it's important for people to be able to build compassion and clients to be able to trust your guidance. And you just have this self-confidence when you get on stage or when you get in the therapy room and you work with someone one-to-one. I should say this as well. If you want to take photos of the slides, feel free to do so. If you don't want to, it's entirely up to you. There will be a slide. There will be a slide at the end with a QR code, and that should sort of have everything that you need to have on it as well. So principle one is presence, really. And as I said before, it's about being in the room with people. It's about being present, being able to respond to people and not reacting. And it's about, when you're fully in the room, the presence itself, that becomes therapeutic with your clients. And one of the things that I like to do when I match a client state is to do what I call pause, value, pace, and lead. So when I'm working with a client, I take what the client says, I pause, I don't respond immediately, take time to think about what I'm going to say to them, which also builds confidence within you as a client, within you as a therapist. I value what they say, and then I pace their ongoing experience, and then I lead them to where they want to go. So I always have that in the back of my mind in the therapy session: pause, value, pace, lead. So does that make sense? If anyone has got any questions as we go through as well, do feel free to ask me. And then I think it's important before you get on to ground yourself. So there are some exercises that I do before I go out on stage. And I do these every time before even today before I came out. And one of the things I like to do is sort of stand against the wall with my feet right at the back of the wall, have my shoulders to the back of the wall, and place my head to the wall, just stand up straight. And I always try and interact with someone before I get on stage and try and not make them laugh, but just try and have a conversation with them. And these are my grounding techniques, and these work for me, but it's important for you to find one for yourself. So we'll do a quick exercise in that now. So what I'd like you all to do, just to ground yourselves, is place your feet roughly flat on the floor, shoulder width apart, if that's okay. And just sort of relax your shoulders back in the chair. Excellent. And just for a moment, what I'd like you to do is just take a nice breath in. And I don't want you to change your breath at this point. I want you just to breathe at a rate and a speed that's right for you. And when you're ready to breathe out, just breathe out. And take another nice deep breath in. And another nice deep breath out. Good. And this time as you breathe in, I want you just to hold it at the top of your breath. And as you exhale, just allow your eyes to close. Good. Excellent. Allow your eyes to close. Good stuff. And now with your eyes closed, I want you to just continue breathing at a rate and a speed that's right for you. And I want you just to really become aware of your feet on the floor and really be aware of the support that the chair is giving you right now. Excellent. And just pay attention to your breathing and notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest. And as you notice that gentle rise and fall of your chest, I want you just to start relaxing yourself in different ways, perhaps starting with the very top of the head. Excellent. And let all the muscles in the brow just become loose, limp, and relaxed to the point where it feels like they just won't even work anymore, just for a time. Good. And imagine now that wonderful feeling starts to spread down into the muscles around the eyelids, just relaxing all those little tiny muscles and completely letting go now until they just feel so relaxed. Good. And imagine now that wonderful feeling slips down into the contours of the mouth and jaw relaxing down in that way, heading forward in that direction as it spreads down into your chest, shoulders, neck, all the way down into your arms, into your biceps, triceps, wrists and hands, all the way into the very tips of your fingers. Good. And imagine now that wonderful feeling, just like when you throw a pebble into a pond, just ripples out into all the nooks and crannies of your body now. So it spreads out from the waist, hips, and abdomen, down into your thighs, and journeys down into your shins and calves. That's it, into the ankles and feet, into the very tips of your toes until you feel totally relaxed right now. Good. And just imagine that wonderful feeling starting to spread up the back of your body, taking all the learnings that you've taken from today, allowing them on an unconscious level just to completely solidify and wrap into your mind right now. Good. And just take a moment just to be present in this moment. Good. Just be present in this moment, right here and right now. Good. I'm just going to pause for a moment, and the next time I speak, that'll bring a close to this exercise. So just bring your full awareness into this moment, the right here, the right now. Good. So in a moment, I'm going to count up from 1 to 5. And when I reach the number 5, you're going to feel fantastic from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes, taking away all the unconscious learnings from today and using them in a way that's going to be right and proper for you. So 1, becoming aware of your feet on the floor. 2, bringing your awareness back to the 4 walls in which we are sitting. 3, feeling as if those eyes have been bathed in fresh spring water. 4, taking a nice deep breath in of clean, fresh air. And as we reach the number 5, taking all the time that you need just to come back to the here and now. And only then, when your eyes open, you'll just feel fantastic. When you've had an 8-hour sleep, 10-hour massage, you just feel really, really, really good. Excellent. Just wait for the last couple to come back now. Good. So just give yourselves a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. So voice mastery, I think, is really important, and it's important in a therapeutic setting. It's also important in a stage setting as well. You will notice in this photo that I didn't quite master voice mastery or microphone technique, at least in that picture. But yeah, it's important to vary the speed and the tone of your presentation. It's also important to vary the volume as well. One of the techniques that I find particularly if you're here and you're thinking of performing to groups or presenting to groups, if you find that people are quite noisy in an environment, we have this tendency to worry and to get louder and louder and louder. I find it works the inverse of that. So if that happens to you, the room is quite rambunctious, and it's good for you just to start quieting down your tone. Because when you quieten down your tone and you speak a bit softer, people then have to pay attention, and it brings attention, and it changes a shift as well. And this can be used in the therapy room as well. So if there are certain pertinent points, and Adam beautifully mentioned this earlier in his nested loops about the whispering, being able to whisper certain things. I also think it's important to use pauses in the appropriate places when you're working with your clients, because these really do create impact, especially if there's something that you want to solidify within your client. It's important, and as I said earlier on, it's important that you pause before you respond to your client. It gives you time to breathe, and don't think that I have to speak at a rate of knots to be able to keep their attention. Sometimes those pauses can be really important. So if your client mentions something to you that you think is quite pertinent, or you're not really sure on how I should respond to that, I feel it's important to keep their captivation, just to pause for a second, consider what your answer might be, and then respond to your client in a way that's going to be right and proper for you. And it's also important, hopefully I haven't done this, to avoid a monotone delivery. Now, when I started performing, I used to have a very monotone speech, and I used to speak like this and do one-liners for about 20 minutes. And it was very boring. I had no laughs. So it's important to be able to use your modulation, and these techniques can be practiced alone at home. They can be practiced in everyday conversation. That's the beauty of what we do. We can be practicing our techniques all the time. So I think the voice is very important in what we do. Storytelling, I think that's the sort of foundation of what we do as hypnotherapists, isn't it? It's being able to convey a story to our clients in such a way that they can bring about change within them. And these can be used in the form of metaphors, inside mini stories. These can also be stories that bypass the conscious resistance. And I also think that, use metaphors that are relevant to your clients. And I keep harping back to Adam earlier, but I thought that was a brilliant presentation. And I think that if anyone that attended that or grabs the lecture notes from him afterwards, that you'll be able to quickly find metaphors that are going to be able to work for you and your clients, and it was that was far easier than I thought it was going to be as well. When I listened to those nested loops, I thought it was fantastic. So yeah, and principle 4 is really the authority and safety. So it's being able to set the tone in the first 60 seconds. Hopefully I demonstrated that when I started this presentation this afternoon. I was able to sort of set the tone of what this presentation was going to be. That it was going to be fun. Hopefully it wasn't going to be something that was going to be boring, because I'd hate for me to be boring and people say that. First impressions, I mean, some of you probably think this guy's a nutcase up here. And that can be a good first impression. It can also be a terrible one. I think it's important to be confident, calm, and have warm body language as well. Hopefully you've seen my body language has been warm, and I've been demonstrating these techniques that I've been using up here as we've been going through this. And it's about building trust, on an unconscious level. And sometimes the best things we say are the things that we don't say. So I think it's important to build trust with your clients. And I think that people always follow people that they instinctively feel, they trust. They follow those, and they build up this rapport very early on in the session. So these are some tools that you can sort of take away and use today. So I have got a PDF that's got like a 10-point thing. There is a QR code right at the end of this that sort of deals this into it more so. But it's micro scripts. So using things like you may notice. That's right. I love using that's right. There was a brilliant technique I learned from Milton Erickson years back. Not Milton Erickson himself, but a Milton Erickson technique that was about the that's right principle. Being able to frame your sessions like a journey. And again, I keep talking back to Adam, but Adam, that journey. I mean, I don't know what journey I went on. I went away. I wasn't in this room. That's all I could say. And being able to pace and lead. Match your clients' expectations. Being able to match their body language. Being able to sort of look around and see, and I mean, just by a quick show of hands, who here sort of performs for groups? And that could be that you do presentations for groups, or is thinking of doing presentations for groups. So quite a few of you. And then who works on a one-to-one basis? Most of you work on a one-to-one basis. So in terms of groups, like I say, it's important to sort of have a look around the room. It's a technique that I call spotting. So in here, this is for people that talk in groups now. So if you're trying to involve sort of various sections of the audience, I sort of do like a zigzag across the audience. So you might have noticed this. I seem to keep picking eye contact with you, sir. I just love that beard. So I try and catch certain people or certain areas of it, so that no one feels, hopefully, that they've been left out. So that's important if you're going to present in a group setting. And as I said earlier, use pauses strategically. I think that's one of the most powerful things that we can do, is to use the power of the pause. Pause before you responded, and then these are the three sort of cores that why I think the clients are captivated. I think it's because they they like feeling that they're being seen. They like being guided, and an artful hypnotherapist can quite strategically and artfully guide someone into a trance or into a way that they want them to go to get them the ideal outcome. And they also want to feel safe. So bringing it all together. So I think it's important just to apply one skill at a time, really. Tiny changes, they can have massive impact. So don't go away from this weekend, looking at all the techniques that you've seen, because there are some fantastic techniques that I've seen even just today. So don't go away and try and implore them all into your therapy session or into your group sessions in one sort of foul swoop. Just pick one thing that you really like from this weekend, and take that away with you and implement that into your therapy room. Make a mental note of all the other ones, or a physical note, and then just gradually bring those in as you go through. Because these tiny changes make massive impacts. The 1% rule. Do you remember this with the British cycling team? So British cycling team, the coach of the British cycling team had a philosophy where he wanted to just improve everything by 1%. And that was everything down to the pillows that they slept on, to the gears on the bike, to the way that they trained. And by these little incremental changes, the British cycling team went from being nowhere to winning the Olympics and cleaning up at the Olympics just a few short years later. So it is important just to have tiny sort of changes within yourself. I think that attention is the door what? I don't know why I put the door what to transformation. It's the doorway. So I apologise for that. That's what I call a pattern interrupt. So anything that's not on there that should be on there it's a door what. I just wanted to see who was awake, who was still awake at this point in my presentation. Okay, so your challenge, for me, but this is my challenge to you guys. I want you to pick one performance tweak for your next session. Pick something that you want to change. Hopefully out of the 4 principles that you've seen here this afternoon. And I want you to notice the difference that you get in that client engagement. So, so just pick one thing. Don't go away and take everything and change it. You might go away and take nothing away. But I want you to notice the difference that you have in your client engagement and then feed that back into yourself, because creating these sort of internal loops can really help to move you forward. So I will leave that on the screen for a bit. If you want to grab the sort of course notes and also, not course notes, the lecture notes, and if you want to grab the presentation, the challenges, then there is a 10-step challenge about captivating clients stored within that. And I wanted to demonstrate something before we finish today, if that's all right. So I've got a couple of bits I want to demonstrate for something fun and something that I've sort of developed for hypnotherapists. So, can you hear me all right without this?
Yes.
Yeah.
This has very quickly become more like a hostage situation than a session. So I need someone to come up and help me, if that's all right. So someone that's willing to just come up and give us a hand. You're looking very worried, sir, as I take my jacket off. But it's very hot in here. I am a fat man. Can you come and join us, madam? Give this lady a big round of applause as she joins us up on the stage. So I'll just phrase this first and foremost. So this is something. So my background is sort of mentalism and hypnotism. I do a lot of mind reading shows across the country. But I've always thought, is there something that I can that I can develop that's going to be a useful tool that hypnotherapists can use in their therapy room that can be used very quickly at the opening of a session. So sorry, your name, madam, is
Larushka.
Larushka. Yeah, a big round of applause for Larushka, ladies and gentlemen. So these are called outcome cards. So there are 8 cards. They've got sort of some common outcomes that your clients usually want to achieve from a hypnotherapy session. So you've got balance, you've got freedom, you've got rest, you've got confidence, and you've got calmness. So there's loads of different ones on here. So Larushka, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to look through the outcome cards, and I'd like you just to make a mental note of one of those cards or one of those words that best defines the outcome that you would like to achieve.
Okay.
You got one?
Yep.
All right, so just lock your mind around what that is and lock it into your mind now. Now, what I'd like you to do is just shuffle the cards up so that you don't think that there's a way that I've sort of seen where your eyes were looking or something like that. Okay, brilliant. So, happy with that? So you've mentally looked at a card, you've remembered this card. So Larushka, I'm going to get 3 goes to see if, to try and find out your ideal outcome. So Larushka, all I'd like you to do is to firstly tell me, is your outcome any of those 4 outcomes at the top there?
I can't see all, but none that I can see now.
This one?
No.
This one?
No.
No? Okay. All right. So that's attempt number 1, Larushka. Okay. So attempt number 2, and I just do this as an icebreaker at the beginning of a session. So Larushka, just tell me if it's any of those outcomes on that top 4 this time.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
No? Okay, good. Okay, and Larushka, that was attempt number 2. Okay, so Larushka, attempt number 3. Okay, Larushka, is your outcome any of those outcomes?
Can't see what that one is. No.
No, none of those, no?
No.
Okay, all right, Larushka. So, there were 8 outcomes. I'm hoping I'm going to have got this right, but it wasn't freedom, I don't think. It wasn't confidence. You could have chosen freedom, confidence. You could have chosen focus, but you didn't choose any of those, Larushka. Larushka, I want you just to get an idea in your mind of what it would be like if you were really to achieve a sense of balance from this. Was it balance?
Yes.
It was balance. Okay, give Larushka a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. So these are called outcome cards. Like I say, it's a self-working effect. If you grab me over the course of the weekend, I mean, if you want it, they are on sale at the stand at the back of the in the main hall. If you want to grab them, they're just £5 for a pack. There is a little instruction with them, like a video tutorial. So if you want to learn how to do this, then it's very easy to do. if you don't want to do it, just come and see me. If you don't want to buy it, pay the £5 and buy them. You can make these up yourself, and you can put whatever outcomes you want on them. So if you're working with a client that's got, I don't know, smoking cessation, if that's one of the clients that you predominantly work with, this might not work for you. So if you want to know how to do it, come and see me, and I will show you how to do that. And yeah, so these are outcome cards, and like I say, I've just developed these as a way to very quickly establish like your ideal outcomes with your client at the initial sort of meeting with them. And what I find that does, by identifying it at the outset, it allows you to very quickly sort of direct the attention and focus of that session so that you can deliver an outcome that they've already thought of and selected. So that's outcome cards. And I thought we would just finish, because it's getting towards the end of the day, I thought we'd finish with a little bit of mind reading, if that's all right with you guys. We've got a few minutes left, all right? Okay, so before we get on, has everybody that wants to take a copy of that taken a copy of that or a photo of that? If not, if you want to follow me online, I will say feel free to use that QR code. So that will take you to my website. I do training events. I've got a couple coming up in the next few weeks. So do feel free to have a look on those. But yeah, as I say, if you go to the previous QR code, that will download all of the bits that you.
Can you put it back on the previous?
Do you want it back on the previous one? Okay, you don't like that picture, do you? Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
I thought it was that.
Read my mind.
That's a face that only a mother could love. My wife actually looked at that photo and she said, God, I wish you still looked like that. Okay, so I thought we'd finish this afternoon with a very quick sort of warm-up, nice exercise, just to sort of get everybody in the mood for the rest of the weekend. Got a wonderful mind-reading show later on. Very thoroughly looking forward to that. So I do some gigs in some really rough places around the United Kingdom, like Dartford. So I always ask people to think of words and they come up with the same words, like tree, car, cat, dog, house. So it's horrible. So I thought, how can I make it even more random? So has Adam gone now? I was hoping he was going to stick around for this bit. He's had enough. He's like, I've had enough of him. I'm going to go. Okay, so I can't use him for this. But I didn't mean to chuck that book at you either, sir. So before the show, I took some books, ladies and gentlemen. I need some people to read some books for me this afternoon. So we've got Wuthering Heights, who looks like a Wuthering Heights lady. Madam, you had your hand up there. Can you take hold of Wuthering Heights? Is that all right? Excellent. Just have a read through it. Make sure it is a book. And we've got Terrible Village Poisoning. Do you want to take hold of a Terrible Village Poisoning, sir? Okay, good. All right, and then let's have a think of someone else that we can work with this at the back of the room. So yeah, that's all right. Let's have a look. Someone else we haven't worked with just yet. Let's go for lovely lady just in the. No, this gentleman just here. Sir, your name is?
Me?
Mario. Mario, what I want you to do is I want you to think of any word in the English language.
Okay.
Have you got one in your mind? All right, Mario. What is the word you're thinking of?
Rabbit say?
Yeah.
Jargon.
It's jargon.
Jargon.
Jargon. Okay, jargon. Now, Mario, would you be impressed if that was written down on a piece of paper inside my back pocket?
No.
You would. Okay, Mario, I think you'll find it inside Collins English Dictionary. All right, can we pass that back to Mario for us, please? Can't believe you fell for that. All right, and I'm going to need someone to read my big book of silly jokes. I was hoping Adam was going to be here this afternoon, but I'm going to have to take someone else. Can I borrow you, Ian? Is that all right? Okay, give Ian a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Ian, we haven't worked anything out, have we, before the show, okay? Because I don't want people to think that I've stewed you in some way. So what I'm going to do first and foremost, I'm going to flick through the book. We're going to stop on any page that you want, and that is the page that we're going to go to if you've got Terrible Village Poisoning or you've got Wuthering Heights. You ready?
Yeah.
Stop. All right, before I get to the end here. Okay, ready?
Stop.
There, you sure?
Yeah.
All right, so Ian, just shout out the page number for us.
Shout out, yeah?
Yeah.
70.
70,
Yeah.
70, yeah, not 17?
No,
Okay,
70.
so if you've got Wuthering Heights or you've got a Terrible Village Poisoning, turn to page 70. Now I've got to find my pen.
This is a pen.
Oh, here we go. Ah, I got one. All right, page 70, yeah? Page 70, and you're on page 70. Okay, so think of your word. So I want you to focus on the first word on the first line of the page, yeah? Okay. Does this start with a T by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Is this an item of clothing?
Yes.
It is. It's not a t-shirt, is it though? No, see, I didn't think so, no. Okay. All right, okay, so it starts with T. Okay. No, I'm not going to get this. Okay. I'm going to come back to let's no, let's have another go because this is an item of clothing. This is really through me now. Okay. Item of clothing. See, I'm getting a number. This is weird. Don't say anything, but does that mean anything to you? 5A4R3. I mean, it could be a size or something like that. No? Okay. All right, so this is what happens sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. You try and read people's minds and you read nobody's mind. Okay. Let's try this then with yourself. Wuthering Heights. First word, first line of that page. You got it? Gotta have one right at least. Let's have a go. So, the word I've got is score. The word you've got is score. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, good stuff. Okay, let's try something with you then, Ian, if that's all right. Ian, can you come and stand this side for us, if that's okay? Now, Ian, my whole act comes from this book, this big book of silly jokes. So, Ian, open the book at any page you want. And just read out one of the jokes off that page. You'll see just how good my act is.
Eat at the local cafe. Fred and Harry took. Is this a joke book?
It is a joke.
Fred and Harry took their lunches to the local cafe to eat. Hey, shouted the proprietor. You can't eat your own food here. Okay, said Fred. So he and Harry swapped their sandwiches.
See, I didn't say it was going to be good, did I? All right, go to another page. Any page you want. Just open it up and then just focus on the very first word at the top of the page. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, first word, top of the page. Yeah.
Can we say it?
No, don't shut it out. But you've seen
I've got it.
You
I've got it.
know
Yeah,
what
I've got it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now it's easier if you send this to me as capital letters rather than it being lowercase letters. So think of the first letter of this word. Does it start with like a vertical line and then a couple of horizontal lines?
It does. Yeah.
Okay, good. And if we go to the end of this word, does it end in a T?
It does. Yeah.
It does. Okay, good. All right. And in the middle of this word, is there an A?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, brilliant. We're going to ask Ian a few questions to see whether we are on the same wavelength, ladies and gentlemen. So, Ian, is this something that you have done today?
Yes, it is.
Ian, when you do this on a typical day, like how many times would you do this?
3.
3 times. Okay, brilliant stuff. Now, Ian, have you done this at any point since you've been at the convention today?
Yes, I have.
You know what that was. Okay, Ian, is this when you do this, sometimes can things get a bit messy?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And normally, and when you do this, sometimes can things, I don't know, be a bit, I don't know, bit smelly.
Yes, somewhat afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Ian, is this something that you would do on a first date?
Yeah.
All right, for the first time then, Ian, the word that you was thinking of was?
Eat.
Eat, ladies and gentlemen! All right, give a big round of applause. All right, don't say anything to him. Ian, if you see me afterwards, I'm not running fast enough. I didn't realise this, but I know Ian's a big guy. Ian's the type of guy, I think if I caught him in bed with my wife, I think I would just tuck him in. Okay, now this is really bugging me. So this means nothing to you then. This word means nothing to you at all. 584R3. This is weird. Okay, this has happened to me once before. Mario, you've had that dictionary there the whole time. Can you do me a favour? Can you turn to page 584? Now, it might take a bit of time to do this, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how big that dictionary is. 584, Mario. This is at this point I realised I should have got a bigger dictionary. Or at least I think that's what my wife's been telling me all these years. 584. Okay, so there's a left and a right hand column.
Left and the right hand.
Yeah. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to just go to the right hand column of that page, Mario.
Okay.
And then there's some bold words, like before the actual definition of the words.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favour and can you go 3 words down?
The third one?
Yeah, third one down.
Okay.
All right, for the first time, the word that you're looking at now is?
Is that the word?
Yeah.
Trousers.
Trousers, the word you've got is?
Trousers.
Trousers, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, give us a round of applause. You want me to teach you something? One thing. What can I show you this? You want to know something that I do? All right, let me show you something. I'll demonstrate something. Have we got time for me today? Have we got time very quickly? Okay. Something easy. So I'm going to teach you now. Yeah, do you want me to teach you very quickly? I will get thrown out of the magic circle for this, which is a good thing, because I'm not in the magic circle. Okay, all right. So I'll show you something quickly. I need a volunteer just to come up. I hate doing stuff with cards. I really don't. But if you want to show, do you want to come up and volunteer for this? Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so madam, your name is?
Abir.
Correct. All right, Abir. I'm never going to get that. No,
Yeah,
it's Abir.
Abby.
All right, Abby.
Abir.
Oh, Abir. Okay, I can get that. I can get on board with that, Abir. All right, Abir, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you just to give the cards a quick mix-up first and foremost. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, these cards have all been mixed. You're happy with that? So, Abir, what I'm going to do, I'm going to riffle down the side of the cards like that. I want you just to shout stop whenever you want. You ready?
Stop.
You sure there?
Yeah.
You don't want to start again or go
No.
1 second sooner? 100%. All right, take that card off the top. Have a look at it. Don't show me what it is. And when you're happy, just place it back anywhere you want. No, you wanted to put it there. Okay. Okay. Oh, I didn't get my finger in the back there, Abir. All right. Abir, I'm going to try and. I said I'm a mind reader. I'm going to try and work out what your card is by mind reading. So I'm not even going to touch the deck anymore. So Abir, what I want you to do first off is I want you to think of the color of this card.
Yes, I did.
All right. You know the color of this card?
Yeah.
Okay. So just think in your mind, red or black. Red, black, red, black. It's a red card, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Red card. I want you to think now of whether it's a heart or a diamond. So you blinked when I said diamond. This is a diamond card, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now think of the value. So I'm going to count up through the values from 1 all the way to king, queen, and ace.
Okay.
So we got ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king. Did you see that little nudge there as I got around? She realised I'd just gone past there. This is the 8 of diamonds, isn't it? Is it 8 diamonds? Yeah. Do you want me to show you how to do this?
Yes.
Okay, because I want to give some value. So if you want to know how to do it, like I said, these are magic tricks. It's not hypnosis. But you know, sometimes this is what we need to just impress our friends or just to captivate people. So this works with any regular deck of cards. It's what is called a slip force cup. You riffle down the cards like this. We're just going to remember the first card on the deck. So let's go for something that's nice and visual, like a king of clubs, yeah? So we're going to riffle down the side of the deck like this, Abir. When they say stop, we stop wherever they say stop. As we pull the cards out, it's going to be difficult for me to show this. I'm leaving one card behind, you see it?
Okay.
So as I leave that behind under the cover of these cards, now that card is the king of. So and then now the move is done.
So you saw the card?
Yes. All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. I thought I'd show you something easy, but you were very disappointed. You were like, oh, is that all it was? Is that all it was? But unfortunately, this is all it is. It's all a charade. No, I mean, I do thank you for taking a chance on me coming over and watching me this afternoon. I hope some of this I hope it's been entertaining. I hope it's made sense. I hope you get some value from it as well. I'm here all weekend. You know, I love this subject. I love hypnosis. I'm actually performing a show tomorrow night at the gala dinner. I need some volunteers, so if people come up, please come up. No, I'm not going to beg. I said I'm not going to beg this year. No, but if you want to come up, then do come up tomorrow, because I'm looking to do something really fun tomorrow. It's going to be great. We've got 5 minutes left. So does that mean waffle for 5 minutes, or does people get it?
How did you know the word?
How did I can't tell you that. If I tell you that, I'm giving away my whole act. It's like mystery.
No, honestly, I was in a show just last month, and he did those and more, and we were all going crazy.
Yes, but then you saw that and you was like, is that all it was? And you know what, Abir, that was the same reaction I got from my wife when I dropped my trousers down. No, I'm just joking, it wasn't really. But, no, is there any questions? Have anybody got any questions that they want to ask me at all? I should have asked that earlier on. Yes, yes, at the back of the room.
How often does it go wrong? And if it goes wrong, how do you feel about it?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, often it goes wrong, especially you know, when you're doing hypnosis shows, things go wrong because you're working with people's imaginations. You never know how someone's going to respond or react to what you do. I'll repeat the question. Sorry. Someone asked, how do you know, what happens when it goes wrong? How often does it go wrong? And what do you do to get out of when it does go wrong?
I don't have faith in you.
Yeah. No. So the mind reading stuff, I generally know the outcome of it, or I know where it's going. So I know, but hypnosis is a lot more of an unknown because you never know. I used to do a routine where I'd get someone to imagine that they were a fan, you know, and I meant like a desktop fan, like oscillating round. But this one woman, I said, like, you're going to be a fan, and she was like, yeah! So, and, you know, complete surprise to me, but really worked for the show. But as I say, things don't go as the way you want, but it's how you adapt and change. And this is going to apply into the therapy room as well, because they only know it goes wrong if you tell him it goes wrong. Now Bob's not here today, he's coming tomorrow night. I'm so excited he's coming. But I remember a phrase that Bob told me one time. He said, it's like Goldilocks and cornflakes. And you go, well, Goldilocks didn't have cornflakes. And he goes, yeah, but they don't know that until you tell them that. So if things go wrong, which they invariably do, then I often don't reveal that it's gone wrong. I just sort of, if it's on stage, I just, you know, ignore that and work on to the next thing. Or sometimes you embrace that, you embrace the failure. But you know, it's just how you adapt and change and maneuver out of it. And that comes with experience of performing, and it comes with experience of working with a client as well. You know, something might crop up in a session, you go, oh, how do I do that? So does that answer your question?
Yeah.
All right, brilliant. And Madam, yes.
You've still got this open loop. What were you going to tell us that happened at the...
Oh God, do you really want to know what happened at Pontins?
Yes.
Oh God, okay. I shouldn't tell you this. I shouldn't tell you. So I did. Does anybody not know what Pontins is? No. Okay. So Pontins is a holiday park in the United Kingdom. It's like Auschwitz. No, it is terrible. I took my kids there once. I said never again, but it was £40 for the week. Before I'm staying. But Pontins is like it used to be a staple of British holiday making. So it's like a caravan slash chalet park where people go on holiday in the United Kingdom. But many of them, they got taken over by a horrible chain of hotels, Britannia, so not the Marriott, but a few years back, and this so most of the Pontins are gone now, but there is one left in particular that's it's an over 50s Pontins. So I turn up to this venue, it's a massive dance floor, there's a singer on after me doing all sort of old time 70s music. The youngest people in the audience are in excess of 70 years of age. So I get there and they say, oh, you're going to be performing at 10 o'clock. And I go, are they going to be awake by 10? So I get up and I go down. I said, look, can I perform on the dance floor? Because the dance floor was vast. It was huge. So anyway, I went on. I struggled. My act, as you've seen, uses volunteers, people coming up. No one wanted to come up. So I had one guy come up that was, I don't know, late 40s, early 50s maybe. But when it came up, I realised that this guy isn't he's not firing on all cylinders. I don't know how best to say it without sounding rude. But it was too late. I was desperate. I was in, and this answers your question about things go wrong. This went wrong, and it didn't go right. This isn't going to get any better, this story. So, he comes up. I do a routine that alludes to hypnosis. It's a very well-known routine that is a mentalism effect, alludes to hypnosis, but isn't actually hypnosis. But the problem, as we know as therapists, sometimes if you convince someone that they're hypnotized, even though you're not using hypnosis, if they're of a right disposition, they get hypnotized. So I did this effect about not being able to read a certain word. That's as much as I'll say about the effects. And it worked really well. But after the show, or after that effect, I did my blindfold effect. So if anybody came to the gala dinner last year, you would have seen me do this blindfold. This is how I always end my act. So I did that. But as I went to do that, because I was desperate, I kept this guy up there. And as he went to put the tape on my face, he he sort of stumbled into me, and I thought, well, this is a bit odd, you know. So then I said, are you okay? And he went, yeah, I'm all right. And as I got the ENTS managers put the other bit of tape on my other eye, I saw him stumble back, and I just grabbed him before he fell to the ground, and he started screaming at the top of his lungs, I'm blind, I can't see. So I think he must have gone into some sort of trance. This is the only thing I can think, and he must have, so needless to say, I'm not working at Pontins anymore, so that will be coming off there next year. But I don't want to leave another open loop. As of Adam's lecture earlier, he was fine. He was fine afterwards. It turned out he was just after a free holiday. Now, anybody that wants I should have just, okay, stop. Free holiday at Pontins. Anyone that wants a free holiday at Pontins, I should have just paid for it. Would have been less problems. But afterwards, I had the agent ringing me going, what did you do to this bloke last night? People were leaving the venue thinking I killed him. And I will say this, right? After about an hour of being with this bloke and doing like a wake up and things like that, even though I knew he wasn't hypnotised, he went, I can read, I think my vision's coming back now, I can read Monday at the end of the room there. And I went, Monday? And he went, yeah, it's on that wall about 100 foot down the room. And I couldn't even read it, and my eyesight is perfect. But anyway, so the next day I get a phone call from the agency, can't you count down from 10 to 1, wake him up? You know, he's saying he's too unwell to go home. And I thought, at least if he'd have said he was stuck to the chair or something, you know. But yeah, that's that. So that was one story where it went terribly wrong. But yeah, the way out of it was to use ChatGPT to answer the response to the holiday park and write a statement for me. So that was how I got out of that one. But it has been an absolute pleasure to be here this weekend. I thoroughly enjoy it. Can we have a round of applause for our helpers? Big round of applause to Adam and all the team for putting on such a fantastic weekend. You come and grab me over the weekend, say hello. I love speaking to people. I love meeting new people. There's some great friends in the room. I will shut up now because...
round of applause for you.
Oh, thanks very much. I appreciate that. All right, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I've been Jason Simmons. All the best. And I'll use the line I always use at the end of my show. If you've not enjoyed my act, keep your mouth shut because I don't get booked again. I've been Paul McKenna. I shouldn't say that. He's going to be here Sunday. Don't tell him I said that. I love Paul McKenna. All right, sorry, I overran big time.
Yeah, I think it's far away from you all.
Thanks a lot. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's all right for you. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, many years ago. Well, a lot of them do like area around. No, he's not. It doesn't work, does it really? But interesting. So you don't.
Lara, nice to meet you. Where are you from? Okay. You?
You don't want to know the truth, do you?
That's it. It's better to think there's real magic. Yeah, that's it.
Still recording. Yeah, no worries. That's all right. Lovely to meet you. Yeah, take care. Oh, sorry, you wait for me. Yeah, nice to meet you. I'm Jason. Yeah, nice to meet you. Oh, nice. Yeah, you know. Oh, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad. I'm only yeah, well, you guys are. I'm managing this. Oh, where you from? Durham. Oh, that's a church all down for you then. Oh, you're Durham University. Thanks for coming and watching. I hope it wasn't too like. Yeah, I hope there was some.
Also heute war es echt cool, vor allem ich habe auch, ich weiß
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, no worries.
Mit dem jungen
Okay, yeah.
mit dem habe ich zusammen gespielt.
Okay, what's the trouble that
Es
you've
war toll,
had?
den wiederzusehen. Aber tolle Sachen weiter.
Okay.
Du hast recht, also irgendwie überall hin. Aber das hilft tatsächlich schon.
What sort of card tricks are you doing though? Are you doing? I find trying to keep things like simple works really well. People don't. Yeah, thanks very much. Thank you. People are not too worried about, you know, because as musicians we always think about like the best card slides. People don't care about it. Like you saw with her, she was amazed by the fact that I'd done that very basic. As soon as I told her I was done, I was done. So yeah, I would just say to sort of keep it simple. Don't try anything too intricate. Get your, at least for the first opening effect.
I try to start with something that's straightforward and simple, and then try to move it into something that's a bit more interesting.
Yeah, well, just make it so simple, right? It's not
Are you staying for the show? Or
Yeah.
going back
It
there?
can be difficult. When I do I might do ambitious.
Am I losing the plot?
I'll do ring on rope sometimes.
What did I do?
I'll see you in a minute, yeah, take care. I'll do like of the Anverdi die. I don't know if
So
you've
weird.
watched that. It's a very easy line.
I'm sure I was losing class in the
And then
bottom.
I do what's the other one?
My wife does that with her watch.
And then I do